All right, I'm going to call to order the Board of Alderman work session Monday, May the 12th, 2025. Roll call.
Huckabee.
Here.
Long.
Present.
Foley, absent. Schenkel, absent. Brown.
Present.
Jones.
Present.
On to the approval of minutes for the work session April 28th, 2025.
Motion to approve those minutes as presented.
Second. Motion to approve the minutes as presented by Alderman Jones, second by Alderman Long. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? On to tonight's agenda. There's nothing that I'm aware of needs to be added or removed to the work session agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, on to work session item number 1, request to pay Burns McDonnell in the amount of $2,765.32 for professional engineering services for pavement project at the airport.
These first two are both for the reseal and remarking of the runway out at the airport.
All went as planned?
Say again?
All going as planned?
Yes. Yeah, they're done.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to approve by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 2, request to pay Burns McDonnell in the amount of $2,549.44 for professional engineering services for pavement project at the airport.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to approve by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, number 3, request from Fredericktown Eagles to have a beer garden at the pulling track for the truck pulls rescheduled for June 14th, 2025.
It's the same thing as it was for the Azalea Festival, it's just rescheduled.
We would like to sell beer on the 14th, day before Father's Day, to make up for it getting canceled.
I'll make a motion to approve that request.
Second.
Motion to approve the request by Alderman Long, second by Alderman Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yep,
too.
you as well. Number 4, request from Teresa and Ashley to attend the MML conference September 14th through the 17th, 2025.
This your normal conference? So moved.
Second.
Motion to approve by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Long. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 5, request to send special use permit to planning and zoning for a community unit plan for housing on May 21st, 2025.
It's for Denton Siders, they want to build 40 more units. Same thing they did last time.
And this is just a request to send it to P&Z, correct?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to send to planning and zoning by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Long. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Number 6, Jim Thompson with the Azalea Board for the review of the Azalea Festival for the weekend.
Well, first off, thank you for having me, and my reason for being here is just to thank the city and the utility departments and everybody that helped us out. Eric and his department did a fantastic job down there, and they always do, helping us take care of the grounds and policing everything, and had a few little things, but nothing serious, but other than the heart attack down here during the parade, and everything worked fine. I just want to say thanks to the city and James for everything he did in the electric department. We do need a couple more outlets put in down there, so hopefully we can work on that. And also I wanted to kind of request maybe where the food trucks were parked, you know, so they were all around the outside of the blacktop area, I'd like to rock maybe 15 or 20 feet all the way around the outside of that, and we'll help cost share whatever we need to do. And also on the carnival side, you can still see very plainly where all the rides were, and maybe do a couple rock paths down through there to kind of ease up on the mud a little bit. I mean, and I'm open to suggestions, the board's open to suggestions if we could do something to kind of help alleviate the mud situation over there, because it's the first weekend in May and it's always gonna rain.
Tell not to rain.
Yeah. So, you know, with your permission, I'd like to explore that a little bit too. So, but everything went well. We had a really good year again. It was like fourth best, even with the rain and the cool temperatures. We did really good with the azalea. You know, everything just went great so far, really smooth this year. Had the most vendors we'd ever had, most food trucks we'd ever had. Well, there was two didn't show up. Most rides we'd ever had, and everything went really good. So we was really tickled to death to be able to put it on, and hopefully we'll do it a better job next year even. So, you guys got any questions?
As soon as the ground dries up, we'll put that water line in there. And I told them guys the other day, when we do that, we're gonna go ahead and dig out wide and rock that thing. So they're already expecting to do that.
Are they?
Yeah, because otherwise it'll be same as it is every year, so.
Yeah.
Just,
But I just kind of like to do it all the way around the
Yeah.
bridge, all the way to the
yeah, I think
to the
so.
blacktop there by the bathrooms, if we can, you know. And like I said, I know God hauls rod. Might be able to help out on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, cheap.
Is he cheaper than my guy?
Well, I doubt it. But anyway, just want to express our gratitude and thank you. And the beer garden went over very well. I mean, it wasn't super crowded because of the cool temperatures and everything, you know, but there was 0 incidents over there. Folks had their families, their kids in there, sitting there just having a cold beer and relaxing, and it tasted good. I had to go try it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's all I have, guys, so
Well, thank you.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you listening. James, I'll be talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, item number 7, discussion regarding the retention pond for Jennifer Apartments.
Brad Reagan had contacted me the other day, a week ago or so, to come over and visit with him. Tim Robb with Taylor Engineering, he was over there. Per ordinance, anytime you build a new construction, you gotta put a retention pond in on the property to catch what water runs off. Well, they have decided that instead of putting that retention pond where it was planned to be, right there by Jennifer Street, they wanted to move back and take 2 of them apartment complexes and move them to the front and build one like 3 times the size back here at the back of that field, which would catch all the water off of Spruce Street, Mattis Street, the senior apartments and all that. So it would be not just catching his water, but stop a lot of that water that we have coming through there that gets into home subdivision. And the whole discussion here is, he wants to know if we would help with the cost of it. He said they'll take care of all the dirt work and the piping and everything. They just, Tim Robb said, I think he was just wanting us to pay for the engineering on it, which would be like $8,000 or $8,500. But it's up to you, and helps both of us. And you know, like I said, Tim, he seems to think that's a good idea. I talked to Tim Bear about it. He said it makes sense to him as long as they're catching enough water to make up for both areas. Then it's worth doing.
It's not gonna be an area they're gonna wanna expand eventually, or?
No, we can't go no further. Chris Brown's got them storage buildings back there at the back of the field, so it's just
So it's back in the kind of the northeast.
pretty much between them apartments and them storage buildings he's building now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's back here then.
right back here. What is them? It's
Uh,
not senior
Lockwood
housing.
Street. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what they're called, but on Lockwood. So interesting. Yeah, I guess there would be quite a bit of water that comes off all this. So
The original plan was just to put a retention pond right there by Jennifer Street on the southeast corner, I guess. But it was just gonna catch what water come off his parking lot, and by ordinance, that's all he has to do. But he thinks if they go up there in the back of the parking lot and, you know, create a pond big enough to catch everything, then it might slow. Honest truth, no doubt he's thinking that'll slow the water down getting across the street and flooding them other apartments too.
yeah, I
So
think that's. I mean, I know he's got some problems with
Yeah.
that too. So
when it rains hard, that water really comes through. That catches everything from the old Black River up there.
yeah,
like
You
their
think-
electric, so.
Well, you think, so Tim Robbs thinks that'll actually help alleviate some of that issue with those other buildings too, possibly?
I don't know that the water ever gets up to them buildings, it just pushes it back in the lines and stuff.
Yeah, I guess
so
that's true too, yeah.
I think the only time that water's ever got there is when the creek's been up that big.
But Tim, our engineers reviewed this and said he thinks that it would.
Yeah, I
be
talked to Tim
advantageous.
about it, and he said as long as they're gonna make the new pond big enough to accommodate both areas, then it's okay. You know, he can't just go back there and build another one the same size as the one he was gonna currently do. But they're talking about cutting the whole back of that field back there and making a big one, so,
Do we have that documented somewhere, or?
we will.
Okay.
I mean, he just asked me if I'd bring it to you and see if you be for that or against it, or, and Tim Robbins wanted to give me the number on it, so.
I mean, I think I would consider, I'd be okay with it as long as our engineer signs off on it and we know it's gonna do what they're telling us it's gonna do.
Okay.
I think anything that helps with flooding over there is a win for all those people on that side of town.
Yeah, I'll get with, I'll get with Tim Baird and show him what's going on, and we'll make sure he's good with it first, so have something on paper.
Yeah.
All right, there is no closed session following the work session. Do I have a motion to adjourn the work session?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to adjourn the work session by Alderman Jones, a second by Alderman Brown. All in favor? Any opposed?